Hello everyone, this is Siren, and today I'm going to talk about my winning deck profile for the final round LC number 1. And I was playing Mikasa, Ackerman, Hizuru's Hope, otherwise known as Mikasa 4. I chose this deck because, truthfully, I got told to play it. And it was either this or Pony, and I said, I don't want to play another 7-hander with Pony, so I decided to play this one. But yeah, so I was very excited. I played this deck a couple times before, probably about 6 games, and was just very hype, right? Yeah, so woo, we finally got our invite. I got the playmat, as you can see. There will be a Turner import in the UVS Ultra deck profile, or like in the deck in UVS Ultra if you want to look at what I played against, stuff like that. But I'm just gonna go over my cards. Focus on what worked well, what didn't work well, what I'm going to change for probably Atlanta. And yeah, so let's get right into it. If you don't know Mikasa Ackerman, Hizuru's Hope is a 5-hand size, 35 life character with enhanced reveal 1 weapon card from your hand. This deck gets plus X damage. X equals the block modifier of the revealed card. And then enhanced, sacrifice 1 foundation, draw 2 cards. So we're drawing a lot of cards, we're playing a lot of attacks by clearing them. You might wonder how, because we're not clearing on our face, but we'll get into that later. The important thing right now is the broken card we just got in Tekken 8. Violent Past. If you've seen my peak deck profile as well, you'll know that this is one of my favorite cards out of the new set. I really like sacrificing foundations, and this is truly Dark Ritual for this character. We get to go +3 in cards in our hand, and potentially even more, depending on what we draw. So it's very cool to just go like, play this, build 2, sack it, draw 2, sack it, draw 2, and just, it goes crazy. Probably one of the most broken cards I've seen in a long time, but not like egregiously broken. I think it's very strong, I think it's very good, but I think if action cancels enter the format, it becomes much easier to deal with, which I think they should. But as for what we're building off of that, you might have seen it already in the peak deck profile. For I'm With You, for a loss of consciousness, I was like, these are the good ones. Smiling Death doesn't trigger, so we'll play 4 of each. This seals things, this gives us damage. This was truthfully the most important one. Actually, sorry, it's 2 loss of consciousness. Please don't leak. There we go. It's 2 loss of consciousness for I'm With You. No, 2 I'm With You for a loss of consciousness. There we go. But this just lets us steal things. It's like a Smiling Death that we can trigger from any time, thanks to Violent Past. This is extra damage. It was a 1 diff that had a low block. And it was a good low block. That's really all it was. Now, you might have noticed this is a death deck profile. I am a big proponent of the death symbol, and while I do think the air symbol might be a better deck overall, I think I play this one better, and I just have more fun with it. So, as for the big reason why I chose to play Death, it was the 4 Focused Gravity Beam, 4 1 Mistask combo. This lets us remove a card from our hand. This lets us do things if we have 1 in removed, 1 in discard pile, and 1 in our hand to search our deck for a card. All copies of a card, right? So I really like this combo. I think this it turns a lot of 50% games into 100% games. And it turns the 20% games into 60% games. It just makes your math much better on actually winning games. And with actions being so proponent right now, I think having an action cancel just mainboarded in your deck that's also just good in your deck was very important to me. As you might know, obviously Violent Past, but Ursine Might, City Rampage is making a comeback with things like Anguirus. Restore ally and backup decks, all kinds of different actions are making a big showing right now thanks to Tekken. So just having the action cancel is really important to me, and I like searching my deck. I like going, I'm gonna grab all of these ones. The other big reason was the Acidic Sludge Dust Attack combo, for our attack package at least. I really like Acidic Sludge. It's one of my favorite cards that came out of Godzilla, and Dust Attack letting me do it on turn 2, 5, stack 2, draw 2. It works really cool and it works really well. I think the one thing I would change is cutting 1 Dust Attack for a 4th timely counterattack, which we'll get into later, but I think 3 was a little too much. I think 2 is the sweet spot, because this deck isn't trying to really turn to you. If I get there, I get there, but my goal is to deal a good chunk turn 2, build like 7 foundations, and then go, can you kill me at 35 with 7 plus foundations on my board? And then kill on turn 3. Right? We've kind of left a format of turn 2 aggro decks being super common, so turn 3 is like where I want to be. And I think that's fine. The other big reasons were 4 copies of Weapon Clash, 2 copies of Arrogant Fighter, and 2 copies of Syndicate Target. 0 diff, 6 check, 0 low block that I really liked right now in this format. Seal 1 Rival Foundation, mill 1 to hit my Bing Bongs, and to stack things with the Acidic Sledge. Weapon Clash was free foundations to blow with my character, being able to go on their turns. Well, flip this, build the top, sack it, draw 2, do all kinds of crazy shit. It was cool. I really enjoyed it, right? So, yeah, I just think the weapon build, or the death build, I play better than any other kind of build for this deck. Onto the just universally good foundations, right? We have 4 Dark Ward for our Breaker hate. This is just Breaker, Protector of Life, all that kind of stuff. We want to be able to kill them. We were trying to punch through their wall. Having this just means it's much harder to stop us. 4 Pushing the Limits, because drawing 2 wasn't enough. I have drawn up to 4 cards off of what Mikasa enhanced, and that's really cool. Drawing more cards is always a good thing, especially in this deck, where we're trying to play a bajillion moves. So yeah, just drawing more cards was really important to me, as far as why I put this in here. You could argue like playing 2 like Dean did in Dallas, and maybe it gets to that, but I really like the 4 of just to be able to draw as many cards as I can. Onto our methods of clearing, we have 3 copies of Thunderspear Demo. This is really good. It's a form, commit, clear a card from your card pool. It's a 3/4, 3 mid-block, but it's very strong in this deck. You might be wondering why there's only 3, and that's because... If I could not drop cards. 1 Marco's Potential. This was a tech piece I got from both Jet and Jose from CWC. Shout out to them. But it says the response flip after one of your foundations is destroyed. Clear a card from your card pool. If the foundation was destroyed by a rival effect, draw a card. Sacrificing a card destroys it. This was just because it was a 3/5 2-mid version of Thunderspear Demo. It did require an extra move in my hand, but when I can't reset the Thunderspear Demos like in the air build, I think this card has a lot of value. Being able to build both of them is very strong as well, right? It was just something like... I really enjoyed the ability to, you know, commit Thunderspear, clear Dust Attack, play Sludge, play another move, pop the Thunderspear, clear Acidic Sledge, right? That kind of stuff. And it wasn't committing it wasn't having to commit my whole board. I could use it for checks, right? Onto our Weapon Foundation. I'm only playing 1. 3 Inspired Design. It's a 2 mid-block weapon that says look the top card of your deck. This paired it really well with Arrogant Fighter, being able to mill an attack I wanted off the top, or something like that. Or drawing it, right? Other than that, I was just a 2 mid-block weapon. It was the best one I thought for the slot. As far as all of my options, which were kind of limited, but not super limited, right? And then my last card is 2 Substitute Member in the main. I wanted some defense control. There was a world I was playing Aaron Sidestep instead, but I think setting things to 3 in this format with Lars, not KG, Godzilla, things like that are all pretty strong. Rodon especially. I think this is a really good card on both offense and defense compared to Aaron Sidestep, primarily being good on the defensive side with this deck. Onto our other attacks. We're playing 3 Timely Counterattack. Like I said, I think I want to play 4 in the future iterations instead of the Dust Attack. This card won me multiple games just because it's a 3 diff that becomes huge. When I said, oh, you don't have cards in hand? Okay, 1, 2, 3, you're dead. It was very good. It's Breaker 3 as well. If they don't have Analytical or a Dark Ward of their own, this can stop a lot of turns. I did that against Lars's and an Anguirus multiple times. But yeah, it's just a very good card. I want to max it out, so when I go Konoma's Task, I can draw as many cards as I can. The next one is for Anchor Toss. This is a weapon. 3 mid 2, it says response after it resolves, clear from the card pool. I really like this one. It just says, hey, I can poke with this, right? If I poke with this, I draw 2, and it ends up being like a Lunatear and Focus Gravity Beam. There's a world I just turn that poke turn into your dead turn. Or ideally a significant chunk of your health turn, right? It's a very cool card to poke with because it leaves no matter what. It doesn't cost you extra resources, all that kind of good stuff. The next one is 3 Lunatears. I did have to borrow one from a friend, but the third is on the way now to my home. This card's broken in its character. It says -1 difficulty for every card that's left the card pool this turn. So there were multiple games where I went on a 4-5-6, on a 4-5-6-7, and I won because I was playing on 4s and 5s the entire time. And actually, in my top 4 match, I won because I had this and it was a throw. We love that. Or we love that here. Last card in the main deck is 1 military airship. It's military airship. If I went second, I sided it out. If I wasn't going second, I kept it in. That is truthfully the biggest story I can tell you of this card. It counts for Lunatears' storm count. But yeah. I can't say much more about it. It lets you repeat certain cards like Sludge or something else too. Onto the sideboard. I played 1 substitute member in the side. I really like this inclusion. It helped my defenses against certain go tall decks. And especially Lars's when they stack like 4 triggers and you go... Yeah, it kind of ends their day. The other big one in the side, truthfully, was 3 Disarming Glance. This card stopped Lars. Again, there were a lot of Lars at this LC, and so being able to stop things like Sensisho, which I felt was very important, that kind of stuff, was very important to me. Yeah, just being able to stop people from drawing or adding cards to their hand, right? It kind of shuts off a lot of stuff right now. And I really wish I could say more about the other 6 cards in my sideboard. They didn't come in at all. Confronting the MLA, I didn't play against any momentum decks. This was also kind of a I needed 2 more cards situation. And then the 4 Smiling Death. This was a weird one. I didn't play into any control decks, and maybe that's why. So I didn't have time to set these up, but I was like, I think I'd rather just have loss at every point in the game instead of this one, because this has to be face up. So yeah, I wish I could say more about these 2 cards. I think they both have premise, but they just never came in, so I can't say anything too great about them, unfortunately. But I can pick up the cards. Yeah, so that is my Mikasa 4, Mikasa Ackerman, Hero's Hope, whatever you want to call it. The Dean special. I want to give a few major shoutouts for this one specifically. Shout out to my 2 teams, Trading Post and the Cabal. They have been nothing but supportive of me during my UVS journey. And they've pushed me to try harder and just become better at the game, which was really cool. Also, major shoutouts to both Final Round Games and CWC or Coping with Cardboard. Check them out. I'll link them in the description below. Actually, I'll link everyone in the description. But major shoutouts to them as well. I could not have done this without them, truthfully. Talking in their Discords, getting self-confidence in my ability to play the game was major. Yeah, I can't shout out them enough. They truthfully are a major part of why I finally got my invite and managed to win an LC for once, instead of bubbling out in top set. The last major shout out I want to give is to, well, two major shout outs. The first is to Dean, otherwise known as Pringlesman123 in the Discord, the leader of the MJLA army. I truthfully could not have done this without him. He talked me through the deck, walked me through it, told me about how the deck kind of works. And yeah, he encouraged me to play the deck, try it, and see how I liked it. And I really enjoyed it. It started as a bit championing his deck to the regional to win the playmat with the reprint on it, but I truthfully just really enjoyed the deck now. I really enjoyed it. And then the last major shout out is to my partner. They have been nothing but supportive of me on this journey. They let me go to all these tournaments to be able to play and get my invite, and they can finally not have me gone for a weekend. But with that being said, please let me know what you think of this deck in the comments. I'll leave the list in the comments, and just like the peak video that is either out now or coming out, there will be a list of tournament results in the UGN or UVS Ultra deck list in the description. And yeah, let me know what you think of it. Like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube jazz. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye bye.